Have you ever wondered if having a prior injury will completely ruin your new injury claim? Maybe you've had back problems for years, or an old shoulder injury from sports, and now you're in a car crash. You might be thinking, well, the insurance company is just going to say that all of my pain is from that old injury. If that's your concern, you're not alone. The truth is, the law has answers for this exact situation, and it may surprise you. Today, I'm going to break down how pre-existing conditions play into personal injury cases in Florida, how the law protects you under something called the Eggshell Plaintiff Doctrine, and what kind of evidence you'll need to prove your case. Hi, I'm attorney Jim Curtis. I'm a personal injury lawyer here in Apollo Beach, Florida. I've been representing accident victims for more than 15 years, and before that, I spent 10 years working for insurance companies. So I've seen both sides of this issue, and I know the strategies insurers use to minimize or deny claims involving pre-existing conditions. Here's what almost always happens. If you've ever been in a car accident, one of the first things the insurance adjuster does is request your medical records. They're looking for any sign of any old injury, prior treatment, or even something like chiropractic visits from years before the crash. Why? Because if they can point to a pre-existing condition, they'll argue, we didn't cause your pain, you already had it. But that's not the whole story, and Florida law says otherwise. Florida follows what's called the Eggshell Plaintiff Doctrine. That means the at-fault driver and their insurance company take you as they find you. In other words, if you had a pre-existing condition that made you more vulnerable to injury, that does not excuse them from responsibility. Think of it this way. If you're carrying a box marked fragile and someone drops it, they can't later say, well, it was marked fragile, so it would have broken anyway. The law says if their negligence made your condition worse, they're on the hook for that aggravation. This ties directly into something else you'll hear in courtrooms across Florida, the aggravation of a pre-existing disease or defect. Here's the key. Insurance companies don't have to pay for your old injury, but they do have to pay for the new harm caused by the accident. That includes any worsening of a prior condition. So if you had mild back pain before, but now you need injections, physical therapy, or even surgery after the crash, that's an aggravation. If you had an old knee injury that didn't bother you for years, and now you can't walk without pain, that's an aggravation. And Florida law says that you're entitled to compensation for that increase in pain, treatment, and limitations. So how do you prove it? This is where evidence comes in. Here are the most important pieces. Number 1, medical records before and after the crash. These show the difference between your condition before the accident and your condition after. Number 2, doctor testimony. A treating physician or medical expert can explain how the accident aggravated your prior injury. Number 3, your own testimony. Don't underestimate this. You can describe how your daily life has changed, what you could do before versus what you struggle with now. And number 4, family or friends' observations. Sometimes people close to you are the best witnesses. They can confirm that you were active and functional before, and now you're not. The bottom line is this. Aggravation cases are all about comparing the before and the after. If you can clearly show that difference, you have a strong claim. So do prior injuries hurt your new injury claim? Not necessarily. In fact, under Florida law, your prior injury could make your case stronger if you can show how the accident aggravated it. Don't let the insurance company convince you that your pre-existing condition means that you don't deserve compensation. If you've been injured in Florida and you're worried about how a pre-existing condition might affect your case, call me. I'll walk you through your options and help you protect your rights. Now that you know that your pre-existing medical condition or injury won't prevent you from pursuing a new claim, be sure to check out this next video to learn 5 simple steps that you can take to maximize your personal injury settlement. See you there.